April. Hello, family and friends. Hey, big sister, I know you watch me regularly. Hey, Stephanie. Love you so much. And everyone else, too. The music playing in the background is my latest album, Future Still. Yes, I know what prompted me to play this and to go ahead and talk about it for a second was last night I had a good strategic arranging session with some of the members of Chemicals as we prepare for our first gigs. And when I got home, I played a little bit of Klaus Schulze, but ended up watching some documentaries. Like I say, I really am a nerd when it comes to just wanting to, absorb stuff about music. So I watched this documentary about metal in Botswana, the black metalers, the black people who are, of course, black people love metal. Of course, my God, it's just the idealist in me that is pissed that it's got to be a thing, that black people like music other than what's expected. So I watched that. Then I watched a documentary and then some interviews regarding the band Bang Tango. Was never a fan, but I ended up playing opening for Bang Tango. I don't know how many years ago. Not the original band, but the one that Joe kept going, through the 2000s and still going. Apparently, the original members did reunion, and then we had COVID. But the thing about it was, as I was watching the different interviews, and particularly the original guitar player from Bang Tango and how he's gone on to continue to make music, and just the whole idea of, well, how do you promote your music, when you don't tour? Because he, was saying that he doesn't tour. And I was just thinking to myself, I really am not doing myself any favors. I mean, I'm actually in the market. I don't particularly care to do this to promote myself, but I kind of need to. And what I'm saying is, this is my latest album, and it's freaking good. It is, That's why I made it, I made it for my ears, and I got good taste. I can even if I don't like the kind of music, I can tell if it's good or not. That's why, I get a little irked when people will see me show something and they say, "Oh, I didn't expect to see you like that. See you show that. Oh, I'm sure glad you like that." But y'all don't know. I got big ears, okay? And pardon, okay? Pardon my irritation, but, I've been like, this is my part of my saga, so I tell it, okay? It's one of the things about race. It's like, sure would be nice if I was regarded the same as, say, fill in the blank, or somebody with lighter skin, okay? So, you don't have my album, do you? You ought to get it. You ought to buy it. You ought to buy it. You really ought to buy it. It's good. And I'm working on my new one is almost done. Almost done. Okay. So, sitting out this morning, I got up early this morning around 8, and it's beautiful today. Thank goodness I did my yard work yesterday. So I'm going to go sit out for a while today. I'm going to start walking too. And I noticed that at Earth Day I did a fair amount of walking. And I was like, ooh, I need to get back out in my regular walking. But this morning, some morning music with the birds. Therese Schroeder-Sheker, the Queen's Minstrel. This is a Windham Hill release. And what did she play? Gothic harp, recorders, bells, psaltery. And it was just good. It's good morning music. It's a keeper too. It's a Windham Hill keeper. Enjoyed that this morning. I pulled this because I do have Tim Maia. This is the only thing I have by Tim Maia, Brazilian artist. And in relation to the other Brazilian artists that I like, actually, he is... I like the real... This is kind of funky, Brazilian funk, and it's like almost sounds like just what I hear all the time or what I grew up with all the time. No offense, but that's like, this is like not top tier Brazilian music for me. And his story is interesting. But I've been showing you the Brazilian music I really love, you know, as well as other folks I keep forgetting, like Chico Buarque and Joyce. And so many more. Some groups that I can't remember. And is there a guy named Sidney Miller from Brazil? Doesn't even sound Brazilian. Yeah. So just right quick, this is the one that I'll show from my listening to Klaus Schulze last night, Irrlicht. This is fantastic. Boy, talk about getting started on the right foot on solo records. And someone was suggesting something regarding SoundCloud. I think that must be a new viewer. You folks that have been watching me for a while know I've said it many times. I don't do requests. You know, I do what I please. So no requests. No requests. I refrain from speaking about the world because it's just truly insane. Things are truly insane, and there's really nothing to be said but to just keep on keeping on. Okay. I thought for a minute about trying to come with a feature on someone, and then it just, that's how it goes. One thing I thought I could mention, though, regarding Klaus Schulze, was I remember that this Sand, this psychedelic, cosmic, whatever you want to call it, from Germany album, was recorded by Klaus Schulze. That's how he's credited. Yeah. And recorded by Klaus Schulze in a loft. This is some wild. This is a great album. Sand, Golem. Very mental. Very, very tripped out. Excellent album. So that's another one in my Klaus Schulze collection. Excuse me, while let me take another hit of coffee here right quick. Other thing on my mind is David Nance is in town tonight with Rosalie, backing her up. And they're opening for Destroyer. So I'm not playing tonight. It's not the David Nance band tonight. It's David Nance backing up Rosalie. And like I said, it could have been a part of that if I wanted to go on the road, but I wasn't. Don't know if I'll go to the show tonight. You know, Destroyer is interesting, but I'm noticing again that we're a bit lax regarding COVID, and so people, every time I turn around, somebody else has COVID that I know or don't know or see online coming down with COVID. And I'm not that keen to do a lot of mixing, so I'll miss the show tonight, but I'm glad the boys are back are in town tonight with Rosalie. I'd like to meet her. That's the one thing I might do, is just go down and meet her. But I'm still being careful with this COVID. You know, my last test was negative when I got this nasty cold. Haven't done too much since then, but it's probably time to check again. Okay, so will I endeavor to do a poll? Sure, let's do a poll, folks. Okay, all right. And let's go down into the corner back here where it's hard to reach and see what we can see. It's something here. There it is. Okay. What do we have? Mirage. Now you see it on the compendium label. Instrumental. This is not Canterbury. But because of Brian Godding, who is actually not Canterbury, but Brian Godding, the guitar player, has done a lot of work with folks. I think I heard him with Ian Carr earlier on. I have to look him up. And then George Kahn on sax. This is jazz rock, and this is a mixed bag. It's interesting that there's a couple of really strong tracks on here, and then there's some on here that are kind of like, well, why did they do that? Why did they even play that? But that's my personal taste, you know. It's like I was thinking, you know, really strong track, and this next one is just kind of like, why did you record this? But it's I still would recommend this album. I do recommend it, and this is my second copy of it because I bought it when it first came out. I guess I got rid of it. Thankfully was able to find another original, Mirage. Now you see it. Let's go right over here. I'm gonna, let's see what's on this shelf. All right, part of the Made to Measure series on crammed disc. This is Peter Principle, Sedimental Journey. Peter Principle was part of Tuxedomoon for a while. Haven't played this in a while, but I know this is good. Kind of electronic based. Really, my memory of this is that it's strong to the point that it's like, man, I would like to hear more of this specific approach. The compositions. Peter Principle. Tuxedomoon. Okay, that's going pretty good. I'll do another. Up here. Something. What is it? Well, Gong. Water Damage cover. Floating Anarchy live, 1977. And then it stuck to Continental Circus, the film soundtrack that Gong did in the early days. And I like it. I think I like this album. This also is with New York. Is this New York Gong? Professor Sharp Strings, Keith Missile, Keith LaBatteur. Anyway, when this came out, it seemed like it was like a legitimate boot of a show. I have to play this. I think it's a strong show. I think it's a good one. Of course, you know I love Gong. I just love Gong. I do. And like Klaus Schulze, Gong is a big inspiration to me. And that's the word, is inspiration, an influence with their lifestyle and just their head trip. Very much in line with mine. Okay, one more. Don't look, Dereck. Let the people see. Okay, two are stuck together. What are they? Well, I kind of knew I was probably in the Zappas because it's Chunga's Revenge. You know, if you know Zappa, you know what you're getting. And there's just really, I don't think there's a bad Zappa album. Ruben and the Jets, where he does the doo-wop, is not one that I like to listen to, but is it a bad album? No, no, no. And then here we go. Burnt Weeny Sandwich, The Mothers of Invention. See, again, that's also how much I like Zappa. When I pull these records, it's like, well, yeah, I'm going to be playing some of this. It's refreshing. Zappa was so creative that even though he had a very distinct style that you recognize, often when I listen to his music, I hear new things. And I've been listening to this music all my life. But I love Frank Zappa. Folks, that's kind of what I got to say. I hear the garbage man outside. I hear my cousin neighbor on his motorcycle. I'm probably going to take the rest of this copy and go sit out in the front and get some sun. But I'm going to say again, buy this record. This record is better than a lot of records that people are buying and think are good. This record is better than a lot of records that are in the charts and getting talked about all the time and getting all this hype. My album is as good or better than a lot of those records. That's an objective statement. Even though I'm the person that made the music, I can say it. So get it. All right? And have a good day, evening. Enjoy life.